Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another time again. Today, we're dealing with entrepreneurship in the current economy, and I know you're going to be learning a lot of things. I know that you're going to be learning a lot of things. Do have your questions ready, and also feel free to let us know where you are watching from. Feel free to let us know where you are watching from. If you are watching from Benin City, let us know. If you are watching outside Benin City, let us know. Just put it in the comment section and let's know where you are watching from. So we're going to be having a wonderful time today. Great learning time on entrepreneurship in this current economy. So we'll cover a lot of concepts today, trusting that every business owner or entrepreneur will have great value from this training today. So please do well to let me know where you are watching from. If you're watching from Benin City, watching from outside Benin City, let me know. Just put it on the comment section. We're going to interact a bit. Last week, we were looking at a very sensitive topic on wealth and investment. I know we got great value from that as well. So let me know where you are watching from. 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 So drop your comments. Let me know where you are watching from. Just drop your comments on the comment section. Um, let's wait a bit for more persons to join in. Let's wait for a few more persons to join in. Let's wait for a few more persons to join in. Entrepreneurship. All right. So as you join in, let's know where you are watching from. Leave it on the comment section. Let's know where you are watching from. I'm watching from Benin City, watching from Delta State, Asaba, wherever you're watching from, just put it on the comment section. Let's interact this afternoon on entrepreneurship. Very, very important subject matter. All right, watching from Benin City. Let's know where you are watching from. Let's know where you are watching from. Entrepreneurship is a subject we are dealing with today. Share this video so that your friends can join in live and also be a part of this learning experience on entrepreneurship in this current economy. We take a lot of questions today, questions that business owners would love to ask, questions that business owner would love to ask on entrepreneurship. A very important subject matter, I must say. All right, so I think we just wait for a few more persons and I would begin teaching on entrepreneurship in this current economy. All right, joining. Let's know where you're watching from as you join in. Let's know where you are watching from as you join in. Let's know where you're watching from. All right. I think we are good to go now. Entrepreneurship is a very important subject matter, very, very important subject matter that we will need to talk about. Very, very important. What is entrepreneurship? Why is it very important? Why should, following from what we taught last week on wealth, it will also be very important we talk about that as well. All right, as you join in, feel free to just let me know where you are watching from. Feel free to let me know where you are connecting with us from. And also, when it's time to ask questions, which will be from around 12:30 to 12, from around 12:30, we'll start taking questions. If you have a question on entrepreneurship, you have a question on all of that, you do well to just leave it on the comment section as well. All right, let's begin. So, when you hear the word entrepreneurship, what comes to your mind now? If you went to a good secondary school, one of the first things that enter your mind when you hear entrepreneurship is they tell you that there are four factors of production: land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. Land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. So, when you hear the word entrepreneurship, your mind goes to commerce. I think they teach that in commerce or business studies. When you hear entrepreneurship, your mind goes to a business owner. So when you talk about a business owner, one of the first things that you'll be thinking of will be the economy. And you'll be right to think about the economy when you hear the word entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurship is one of the ways we create economic value. So it's a very important subject matter because entrepreneurship is in the creation of economic value. It's in the creation of economic value. So generally, when you hear the word economy, the economy of a place, when you hear economic system, people ask, what kind of economic system does Nigeria run? There are different types of economies. What type of economy is Nigeria? Of course, it's a mixed market economy. But many times people ask all of those questions. There is an angle we can take this interaction where it will be very academic. I'll give a lot of definitions on the economy, what is GDP, what is GNP. But I want to make it a bit simplistic that even if you do not have a degree in economics, you have never read economics before, the things we're going to be teaching would help you in your journey of setting up a business or growing a business also. All right. So entrepreneurship is in the creation of economic value. What is the economy of a place? The economy of a place will deal with all the activities of production, all the activities of consumption, all the activities of trading of goods and services in a place. So all the activities of production, consumption, and the trading of goods and services in a place that will deal with the economy of a land. So when we're talking about the economy of a place, that's what we are dealing with. So the economy of a place will deal with that. Will deal with all the activities related to production, consumption, and the trade of goods and services in a place. The trade of goods and services in a place. All right, we have a lot of persons watching in. We have people from Benin, Makodi, Benin. All right, Baka, Christabel, Precious, Uche. Seen a lot of names out there. All right, Christian Ejede from Saple. Nice. Share this video so that more persons can join in. All right, so when you hear the word entrepreneurship, um, what will come to your mind? First thing that enters people's mind many times is, okay, somebody who starts a business, and they are not wrong, of course. An entrepreneur is somebody who starts a business. Now, there are neoclassical definitions of it based on neoclassical economists. There are different way economists define the word entrepreneurship, and I think in modern times, most people have separated entrepreneurs from a business owner. But in the truest sense, we can define an entrepreneur with we can define an entrepreneur as a business owner. Will not be wrong with the basic definition of entrepreneurship in the economy. So again, when we talk about the economy of a place, what should come to your mind? The economy of a place deals with the activities of production, consumption, and trade of goods and services. So the activities of production, consumption, and trade of goods and services in a place. So we said last week, if you tuned in, we said last week that wealth is about creating value, that we can't talk about wealth without talking about creating value. Now, we can also talk about entrepreneurship without creating value. In fact, one of the basic functions or uses of money is that money is used to exchange value. So money is a medium of exchange, that what you're actually exchanging is value. So before paper money was created, the origin of money takes you back to value. What is the value of this thing? What is the value of this thing? What's the value? Oh, this is the value. Okay, this is not the value. So, in looking at the value or valuation of a thing, is why we must talk about entrepreneurship, because as an entrepreneur, the goal of every entrepreneur is to contribute to the economy of a land, contribute to the economy of a place. For example, in Nigeria right now, every entrepreneur is playing their part to contribute to the economy of this nation. So whether they know it or not, they are playing their own part to see that the economy of this nation is better. Generally, there are also another term we should talk about, which is purchasing power and inflation. Purchasing power is exactly what your money is worth in an economy. What can you purchase? Exactly the word purchasing power. What can you purchase? What can you purchase in an economy? What can you purchase? What can you have in an economy? What power is the currency in your hand? What can it purchase? What unit of goods can you purchase with that thing in your hand? And in an inflation, your purchasing power goes down. So let's say there's a product for 10,000 naira this year. Now, in an inflation, what you could buy for 10,000 this year, in an inflation next year, you can't buy that same product for 10,000 naira. So what has happened is that the purchasing power has increased. So I need to make money faster than the inflation rate, because the inflation rate will reduce my purchasing power. So I need to make money more than the inflation rate. I need to make money more than the inflation rate. So a good business owner, a good entrepreneur needs to know the different factors that can affect an economy. And when we talk about economy, remember we said an economy will deal with the activities of production, consumption, and exchange of goods and services. In fact, one of the basic definitions of an economy will be how wealth is distributed in a land, how wealth is distributed in a place. So, how wealth is distributed. So, the goal of every entrepreneur shouldn't be just to make money, because remember, that entrepreneur is part of the factors of production in an economy. Remember, a basic definition of factors of production deals with land, labor, capital, and entrepreneurship. And those factors of production deal with how goods and services are being produced. goods and services are being produced. Remember that in an economy, we are producing, we are consuming, and we are exchanging goods and services. So all of that can't happen without businesses or business owners. And all of that also can happen. There can be business owners or businesses without value. So entrepreneurship can be defined as one of the ways we create economic value. So trying to put it in a very simple term so that even if you don't know much about economics, you would understand what we are saying. So there's something called purchasing power, like I said, inflation. I've explained that. Then there's the GDP, a gross domestic product. It deals with goods that are being produced in a country, whether by the citizens or by people that are not the citizens or the indigenes of a nation, but it deals with what is being domestically produced. Now, in Nigeria, we are not producing as much as we consume. I think in the recent political season, a lot of campaigns were on Nigeria needs to produce more. When you vote me into office, I will help Nigeria produce more. So, uh, one of the easiest things to know as a business owner is to have a basic knowledge of the economy. Any business owner, any entrepreneur who would have a basic understanding of the economy, I mean, economy 101, just a very basic knowledge of the economy, will do far better than somebody who graduated very well from school but has no knowledge of the economy. It will be very hard for the individual to know what to be doing currently. For example, if you study the economy of Nigeria, you know, okay, this is what has been producing more. These are the best industries I can put my money. These are the industries I shouldn't put my money right now. So everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. So in studying the economy of a nation, those are the first things that come to your mind. What should I put my money in? What should I not put my money in? How did Nigeria make more money last year? What are the things that we need to look at? Because for example, in Nigeria, I think our fiscal year begins from 1st of April to 31st of March every year. So uh, right now, Nigeria is ranked 31st. The last time I checked, I know we're ranked like 31st. Nigeria is like the 31st economy. I can quickly check up on that, but I think we are the 31st largest economy in the world right now based on our GDP. We have the largest in Africa. Nigeria is the largest economy in Africa. So, as much as we have our complaints, our issues with the nation, we actually are the largest economy in Africa. So, a large proportion of goods and services. We produce a large proportion of goods and services that are distributed all across West Africa and other parts of Africa. Um, so, an entrepreneur or business owner must think about how he can. You see, when we talk about the economy of Nigeria, for example, there are some persons who control the economy. They can determine the prices of goods. In buying and selling, there are two words they will teach you: demand and supply. Are people demanding this product? Is there a huge supply of it? How many persons are supplying? How is the demand? For example, the supply of petrol, for example, is on a high side. The demand for petroleum, sorry, is on the high side. You notice when there was fuel scarcity, a lot of persons, a lot of queues everywhere because a lot of persons in Nigeria need fuel. So when you look at that, the people supplying fuel are not so much. If not, there will not have been fuel scarcity. So the supply, because the people supplying petroleum, for example, are being regulated by a certain body, so they can just affect and even crash the economy based on just a singular act. So there are certain activities. For example, the labor union holds a strike for 60 days. That's going to affect the economy. Why? Because labor is part of production. So if labor is at home, how are goods and services being produced? So again, like I said, let me put it in a very simple manner for everybody to understand what we are communicating today. A good business owner knows to create value. What value is this goods or this service that I represent? I want to start a business because I was told that if I start a business, I would make money. Of course, there is an entrepreneurship part to wealth creation. So if I actually do start a business, but there is also a risk in starting a business because you could start a business and lose all the capital you used to start the business. Yeah, there's a risk to starting a business when you could lose all the money you put into the business. As we have seen over and over again, people start businesses and they don't make the money they put into the business. In fact, some people say, okay, I'm investing money into my business. What does all of that talk mean? Now, technically, I don't like the word I'm investing money. No, you are just putting capital to start your business. So you are the one funding your business yourself. So are there many ways you can receive funding for a business? Generally, most people receive funding from themselves. They have saved a lot of money that they are going to put into their business, or they get it from friends and family to start a business, or they take a loan somewhere. That's how they start a business. They take a loan somewhere. So there are different, or you use crowdfunding. People do that often. Just put your name, your picture, what you are looking for. Have some friends do crowdfunding for you, and they raise a certain sum of money for you to start the business. Or you get investors, you sell shares of your business, you share shares in your business to people. So, okay, somebody is coming in, the person has 40% ownership shares, somebody has 50% ownership share, somebody has 10% ownership share. So, you know how you share the stocks in your business. So, now, in this part of the world, most people really do not start a business with offering shares to people because the real reason why people are starting business because they want to make money for themselves. Now, as your business scales, as your business grows, realize that one of the reasons why we scale businesses is not just for increased profit, not just for higher revenue. One of the reasons why we scale a business is also for greater reach. You want to reach more persons, you want to reach a wider audience, or you want to automate your systems in such a way that you are not always involved and yet things are happening in your business, in your company. So three major reasons why people scale a business. Now, number one is for higher profits. Three reasons why people scale their business. But of course, you must have started that business for some time before you scale it, except you already have done all of that before you started your business and you know that, okay, give it 2, 3 years, this should be the next thing. But we often advise people that start your business first, then you will know exactly what you are scaling it into. So, of course, in scaling your business, you have higher profit. In scaling your business, not just higher profit, you scale your business because you want a higher profit, higher revenue. You scale your business because you want to reach a wider audience. You scale your business because you want to free up more time for yourself. You want more time to be able to do other things. So you want to automate your systems in such a manner that you are not directly involved, but yet money is being made by your staffs, by your employees, and so on. So a business owner is somebody who starts a business to contribute value to an economy. So a business owner is somebody who starts a business to contribute value to the economy. So I want to contribute value to the economy. I want to contribute value to the economy. I'm creating value in the economy. In other words, I'm doing something that is useful. A lot of people start up business doing things that are not useful and they are wondering why they are not making much profit. So if I'm going to make much profit, I need to be conscious of, if I'm going to make more profit, I need to be conscious of what exactly am I selling? What exactly am I selling? What exactly am I selling? What exactly am I offering the populace? What am I offering the population of my city, my town, my country? What exactly am I offering? What exactly am I offering? So you must know exactly what you are offering. What exactly are you offering? What exactly are you offering customers? And generally, we say a good business owner must create value in four areas. You must create value in the functional sense of it. Functional value is exactly what exactly is this goods or this service that I've produced or this goods or service that I'm distributing. What is its functional value? So people are looking for food. That's I'm distributing food. So people are thirsty. People are looking for refreshment. People are looking for leisure, luxurious things. What exactly am I offering? I must know exactly what I'm offering people. What people are looking for is what I'm offering them. That's what we're talking about functional value. So if somebody is thirsty and I give the person water, that is exactly what the person is looking for. If somebody is hungry and I give the person food, for example, my restaurant, if I have a restaurant and I give people food, that a restaurant that does not give food, a restaurant that people come to snap pictures, to hang out, to play games, has already failed in its functional value because a restaurant is supposed to be a place where we come to eat food. So if it does every other thing and does not do its main purpose or it doesn't serve its main function, we are going to be bothered. So what functional value is my business offering? Now, this is how I want us to think about this. When you want to start a business, think about how this business is going to increase the GDP of your country. Those are questions we should start teaching business owners now. Not just start a business because I want to make money. No, you're going to surely make money if you start a business properly and you know the necessary questions to ask. But how will this business affect the GDP, the gross domestic product of my nation? How will this business? Because when you begin to think like that, then we can really start having big businesses. Because a lot of persons, we keep celebrating small businesses, small and medium scale businesses, SMEs. We keep praising all of these small businesses. So every day we have more persons wanting to start up a business. And you ask them, what's the business? They say, just this my small business. All these small businesses, of course, affect the economy in their own little way. But why do people not want to start a business and think of how do I start a big business? I want to start a business right now, and I want to be making 10 million naira every month, and of course, I want to be able to reach 1,000 persons with our goods and our services. We want to be able to reach 100 persons at a go. So we are starting, we'll be able to reach 100 customers. Then we take it to 200, then we take it to 300, we take it to 500, we take it to 1,000. Why do people not ask those questions? Why do people always start businesses to make money? That is the major reasons why businesses fail. Any business that was started for the sole purpose of making money had always fails because the business is not offering value to its customers. The business is not asking the relevant questions. What can be made with all of this? What am I doing? How useful is my business in my street? So we have businesses that people, in fact, let's put it this way, I think so that everybody gets it easily. Is your business useful in your street? Does your business have any use in your street? How useful is your business in your street? Let's start with your street. Then from your street, how useful is your business in your area? How useful is your business in your local government? So you see that when you are starting a business, you need to think about how useful it will be. How useful is this business? What exactly am I offering people? I need to know what I'm offering people. I need to know what I'm offering people. I need to be what people want. It must be what people want above what people need. So I need to know, what do people really want? What do people really want? So what do people really want in this economy? What do people really want? What are the best things that I can offer people? What are the best things I can offer people? Now, in the next 10 minutes, we'll take some questions. 12:40 or 12:45, we'll take some questions. Now, thanks to what Dangote is doing, for example, I think the launch of his refineries in a few days' time, that's going to give more jobs. Now, we're going to be using Naira. So, because we're going to be using Naira, we're no longer importing importing oil. So, it will help our Naira greatly. It will help the purchasing power of in our economy. It will greatly. That's one business that will surely help our economy because we'll consume locally. So we are producing and consuming locally. So if we have now, let me put it in a simple manner. Right now in this country, we consume more than we produce. We consume more than we produce, which is why our economy is not doing so well. And it can be better because of how great our population is. We need to produce more than we consume. We need to produce more than we consume. So we need to start thinking in that order. And one of the greatest way to think in that order is value creation. So every an entrepreneur, entrepreneurship is in value creation. That's how it's defined from an economic standpoint. So entrepreneurship is not defined as somebody who has had a business, whether you are a professional, because if you want to define different persons who own a business, we can say, okay, I'm self-employed, so I own a business. Just that I'm self-employed, uh, I work from home. I'm self-employed. I'm a professional that runs a practice. I am a business owner that have one or two staffs working with me. Then all of that concept obviously is inside entrepreneurship from an economic standpoint. Of course, can it be differentiated? Can it be defined differently? Yes, from a new economic definition. So there's a new classical economic definitions that tries to separate all of these things, but it's not necessary since we are trying to speak in a very simple manner for everybody to understand. Now, are there things in this are there industries or sectors in this economy that have been doing very well? Of course, last year, real estate really went up, transportation, accommodation. The main industries in this country has been oil refining, cement, construction, sales of construction materials, and all of that. So, four of the best things I would tell anybody to put money into a business owner would be put money into technology, not just because we are in technological era, but because there is technology for everything. There's technology for agric tech. There's technology for finance, fintech. There's technology in everything these days. So that's surely one area to explore technology, using technology in any aspect that you are very skilled in. Agriculture is also a very great, thanks to the current administration for placing a lot of restriction to rice importation. It has helped our economy greatly because now people are eating more locally produced rice. So that helped our economy a bit because we are consuming locally now. So rice production. So you see a lot of rice farmers made a lot of money last year, this year. So farming is one good area. Agriculture. So we sum it all up in as agriculture, but you need to know what are the better products, what are the right produce that I should be producing that I will see much more gain, and what is much more useful in the economy. Are there some products that if they are scarce, nobody will bother? But are there some products that if they become scarce, our economy will be affected, or the economy in your region? There was a time that we couldn't get onions in the south. You see that onions was very important. Of course, people could live without it. So as a business owner, I need to think, are there things that can, if they become scarce, would affect the economy in my region, will affect or will cause inflation in my area? So I need to think in terms of scarcity. Now, a good businessman thinks in terms of scarcity. If this becomes scarcity, because that's why they define demand and supply based on scarcity. So, and a wealthy person knows how to accumulate scarce resources because you now bring it out when it is needed. So things that can become things, if things that can become scarce that can affect the economy, I need to know things like that. I need to know things like that. I need to know things that can affect the economy. I need to know the things that if I own can help in production. I need to know the things that if I own can help the generation of goods and services. So I think we should think in all of those terms, like I was saying before. A good business owner must, I think one of the loudest things that we're trying to communicate today will be this: don't think of your business with your stomach. Think of your business with value. Does this create value in the economy? Is this useful in the economy? I'm going to be selling biros. You notice you're not going to make money from all of that. You're going to be selling biros. So, the scarcity, how is that going to affect anybody saying, no, we need biro in our schools? Hmm. How many schools will you be distributing biros? I mean, business should be seen in a very practical sense. Let me give you an example. Somebody makes cake, for example. He or she produces cakes. You bake the cake. So you say, okay, I'm selling to 10 persons. If I sell to 10 persons in a week, how much do I make? If I sell to 50 persons in a month, how much do I make? I mean, you can be very practical with it. Okay, am I selling small cakes? What is the demand for it? How many persons are supplying cakes in my area, or meat pie or chicken pie or all of these things? How many persons are supplying these things? What can I do to be the biggest supplier of this product? What can I do to be the one controlling the supply in my area? Because if I'm controlling the supply, it means all the people that demand it will be looking for me. So, I mean, a business owner should start thinking in terms of the economy, not just think in terms of how much have I made? Do I have food? Do I not have food to eat? So because I need food, I want to start a business. So you see people starting business with 20,000, 50,000, 100,000. How much do I really need to start a business? No, that's the wrong question. Do I have value to offer? That's why I start a business. Should Are you saying, sir, we should not make money from starting a business? Of course, you should make money from starting a business, but you're not going to make that money immediately because you're taking risk to create value in the economy, and you know that that risk will pay off. So last time when we're teaching on wealth, a lot of persons were thinking around risk. There's more risk in entrepreneurship than there is risk in investment. Yeah, I know it's shocking. There's more risk in entrepreneurship. A lot of persons have started businesses that folded up. I mean, you just need to ask around. You have relations, you have friends, started businesses and they didn't make anything. So one of the greatest reasons why that keep happening in my years of analysis, I can tell you this categorically, is that a lot of people started business with zero or no knowledge of the economy. So before you start a business, do your due diligence, research on the economy of the country, research on the economy of a place. Before you start a business, do a market analysis for that product or that goods that you are producing or distributing. Are you getting it? Know how much, know how many persons consume that goods or service in that region. So you know that you are not looking for customers, because people say, how do I get customers? That's already a bad business. A good business already have customers. I start a business knowing that there is a market for it. There's an existing market for it. There's an existing market for it. So I'm not starting a business looking for a market. I'm starting a business that there's already a market for. So my knowledge of the economy would help me greatly. Did you get it? My knowledge of the economy would help me greatly. So I need to know what is happening in this economy. So we can start asking our questions. Um, you can start asking your questions. If you have a question on entrepreneurship, do well to ask your questions. I think one, we give a simple definition of entrepreneurship as creating economic value. So an entrepreneur is somebody who owns a business that creates value in an economy. So great entrepreneurs control the economy. For example, Dangote, for example, he controls the economy of this country. He's part of the people that have ownership of our economy. The way his business goes is the way our economy will go. I think you can go on and list some of the richest men you know in Nigeria. They control. So at the last time I checked, 20 individuals control the economy of this nation. If they pull all their money out of our economy will totally crash. So the goal of every entrepreneur is to get there. But you can't get there if all you think of is, I need to make money. No, I need to offer value. I need to have something to exchange in the economy. I need to have something to exchange. People need to be able to purchase this. People need this. I'm offering this. So let's think like that. All right. If you have a question, so you start a business knowing that there is a market for it, of course. So if you have a question, you can ask your question on entrepreneurship. You can ask your question on any questions. Just shoot blank. If you have any question, just do well to ask your question. We check the comment section soon. Just leave your questions on the comment section. I'll read them out. So a good business owner knows to look at the economy. A good business owner will look at the economy. What did well last year? If I were to ask, I think if I were to ask people that are watching live right now, what industry did well last year and why did that industry do well? An entrepreneur should know these things. Which industry did well last year? Which industry has been doing well consistently for the last 10 years? I must know these things when I want to start a business. Now, if I've already started a business as an entrepreneur, I need to also know that, okay, how useful is my business in the economy? Am I solving problems? Am I offering value to people? Yeah, that we must think about that. Let's see if there are questions. All right, there's one question here. Since market research is a must for creating a sustainable business as an entrepreneur, how do I go about market research? All right, now how one of the easiest way to go about market research is data collection. You go around and ask questions. Now, I personally do not advise people to use Google for that, because you're going to be getting answers from people that are not in the country. You are going to be reading websites, getting answers that are not in the country. And many times when people will do that online, one of the things they get is maybe in Lagos, in Abuja, is what they are using to define the whole of Nigeria. So if you want to do a proper market research, you should go around asking people who are doing exactly what you want to do. What are their challenges? So let's say, for example, you want to open a grocery business. You want to sell groceries. You want to sell food items. You want to sell provision, as we call it in this side of the world. you want to sell provisions. One of the easiest thing I should do is ask around what goods are moving so I don't buy goods that will not move. So I need to ask a lot of questions. So ask like 5, 10, 15, 20, 40, depending on how many questions you can ask. The list should be 10. What are their challenges? What are the difficulties that they are facing? What are the successes that they have had? What have they done that has helped them make more money? Now, of course, the next question will be people will not tell me, or people hardly will say the truth when you ask them such questions. Now, that's why you should be able to have a system of receiving answers from people. I observe. Let's put it this way: observation is very key. So let's say I have a there's a shop in my area, for example. I meet the salesperson. I ask the person, "What goods?" I don't ask the person like, "I want to start my business. Can you tell me now?" I mean, that's being unintelligent, and nobody's going to give you information. So I ask like a concerned person. So you can ask the business owners like a concerned person, like, Madam, Oga, this your business. Which product will they move fast, safe? Because say I like to buy something for you. Ask a question to get the person to talk. So you must be intelligent in how you go about it. Now, generally, we all have friends, relations that are into businesses that we want to do. So you need to have a way of observing businesses. I would say it if we are putting in numbers. Number one, you should have a way of observing people's business to be able to get answers. So I know the right questions in my mind, the right questions that, like I asked earlier, what is moving, what is not moving, what is doing well, what is not doing well. That's simply what I mean by what is moving. What is doing well in this business? What is not doing well in this business? I need to know that. Now, once I know exactly what is doing well in the business, I have a list of questions in my mind. So I observe the business or the businesses and see, okay, is this doing well? Is this not doing well? Did they fail here? Did they not fail here? I mean, I have a list of questions on my mind. So I'll use observation to get the answer, which is one of the easiest way to do a market research. Use observation with the people you know, because the greatest way is to get pay the market expert. There are market analysts out there, data analysts out there who can help you get data from businesses. Now, for example, in Hardy Consultancy, we do that for people. We do a research on the market, ask like 100 persons, what and what have you done? What and what? Of course, we pay for those informations because in this country, people don't just give out free information. So you pay a bit, ask, use the experts to collect data. Now, some people like doing that online. I prefer you do that on ground. Ask people on ground questions. So one of the easiest way to do market research is to ask the right questions, ask your friends, ask the right questions, observe the businesses you know, pay a consultant or market analyst to help you conduct that research because they will know the right questions to be looking out for. I think that should do it. Any other question? So if I want my business to grow, if I want my business to grow, I should be able to create value that is relevant to every person in a nation. The issue will now be if they can purchase it, but I should be able to create value that every person can purchase. I should be able to create value. I'll give you an example. Let's say you have been making 10 million naira every year and you want to make 20 million naira. What is one activity you should do? What is one activity you must do? One activity that you must do is this. You need to reach, let's say you reached 20 persons. Wealth is mathematical. So you sell a product of 100,000 and your gain in a product of 100,000 is 10,000. You sell a product of 100,000, your gain is 10,000. So you already know that for you to get to millions is in the number. Yeah, that's it. So how many persons did I sell to? Now, there are some businesses that make a profit of 100,000. There are businesses that make profit of 50 naira per product. So I need to know, what business am I doing? Is it a business that I make 100,000, 1,000,000, 500,000? What exactly am I making per product or per service that I offer? I need to know that. So when I say I want to double my revenue, and it would mean that I'm going to be doubling things that I've been doing. For most persons, the first thing and the only thing they think about is, okay, I need more customers. What about your skill level? What about how great your value is to your customers? How exceptional. You notice when we want to when they are laying off workers in an organization, we start with the people that are in this we start with the people that are dispensable. So am I indispensable? Nobody sacks or fires people in an organization that are indispensable. So that's the same way you should think about it. I want to double my revenue. This value I'm creating, is it indispensable? People can't live without it. People need it to survive. I don't know people in your area that have been looking for a certain product that they can't find, that they have to go to another street, go to another place to find it. I'll give you an example. There is a region in Edo State that I live in. We have noticed that there is no luxury hotel. Now, all the luxury hotels are in Saple Road, are in GRA. You see that wise business owners are not, they are not really thinking. Because what stopped me from putting a luxury hotel in this part of the state? Because if I put a luxury hotel in this part of the state, people are going to flock in, because people are obviously coming from this part to go looking for those great hotels. So every person that is building hotel is building hotel in the place where everybody is rushing to. What about the place where people are moving from? So because people are coming from different places to get to these great areas where hotels are. And I've seen that happens in nearly every country, nearly every state. For example, in this country, there are particular places that have all the industries, particular places that have all the services. So I need to do things differently. If I don't do things differently, I shouldn't be thinking about how I would make more money. If I do the same things, I'll see the same results. So I must do things differently. I must offer indispensable value. So I ask questions. How are there not things that we cannot get except only in the evening? Are there not things we can only get in the early hours of the morning? Are there not things? So, in asking all the relevant questions, I now know, okay, this is what I can offer. Okay, this is what I can't offer. All right, somebody asks, knowing, okay, I think this is the same person. Knowing that the economy of Nigeria goes up and down, are there ways to predict the economy? Now, one of the easiest way to predict the economy would be to do a study on the inflation. Now, there are three main causes of inflation. Uh, Either is demand cost, demand pull inflation. That happens when the demand for goods and services in an economy rises more rapidly than our productive capacity. Now, another major uh, cause for inflation will be cost push. prices of things. For example, the prices of production. So I need to know exactly. Now, another cause for inflation is just expectation. Now, what I can predict is expectation, because inflation expectations are also causes for it. People believe that this thing is going to go up, let's quickly buy. This thing is going to go down, let's quickly sell. So um, I need to study on inflation if I'm going to be able to predict the economy. I need to be able to study inflation. Where has the inflation been coming in? Where has not the inflation been coming in? Now, let's put it in a simple manner. Am I creating a sustainable value? A value that, I think, just to put in a simple word, one word, indispensable value. I've said it already before. So if I keep creating an indispensable value, it wouldn't matter if the economy is crashing or if it's unpredictable. I would always keep making profit. So every business owner needs to create indispensable value for their product and their service, whether it's in the distribution, whether it's in the production. I need to create exceptional value, indispensable value. Now, if I do this, if I create indispensable value, I would always be sought after, regardless of what is happening in the economy. So, one of the ways to predict the economy as an entrepreneur, I will tell you this authoritatively, is to create indispensable value. Now, the people who employ my services, who pay me $1 million in a month and $1 million in a week for my services, they do that because of the value that I create, and yet I do not market my services every day on social media, because they know the indispensable value I can bring to their business. Now, how indispensable is your value? Once you can always be able to predict that your value is indispensable, your value is always needed, you would always make money, whether the economy is going down, whether the economy is going up. Be able to predict your place in the economy by predicting the value that you have created. Have I created an indispensable value? Have I created an exceptional value to my customers? Have I created an exceptional value in this economy? So, and if you, in creating that exceptional value, you must think of those four areas: functional value, uh, monetary value. Well, that's what people say: is it affordable? Is it cheap? Is it affordable? Social value. Are people talking about it? Then psychological value. So I must create an indispensable value in these four areas in the economy. Then I'll be a main driver. If we take away Dangote and Boa Smith, we have no Smith in this country. So you realize that the production of Smith. So are there people who produce Smith? Yes, but how come nobody's buying their Smith? People keep buying Dangote and Boa Smith more in this country because people know the value. So, and it's the builder. So if the builders start speaking about, there's another Smith company out there. Oh, the Smith is top notch. The Smith is so good. If it will do this, it will do this, it will do this, and we leak that information, we spread that information. People are obviously going to start looking out for an alternative. Then I started off with a similar price range. Then I increase my price range. I mean, so I know what I've created. If I know what I've created, the factors that went into me creating this value that is exceptional, then I know, okay, this is the price I should put for it, or this is exactly what I should do. So my functional value, my monetary value, my social value, and my psychological value. Psychological value is how people feel. There's a way people feel with luxury goods. So have I created something that makes people feel bigger than life? Create value that makes people feel bigger than they are. Offer value to people that make people feel bigger, wiser, stronger, smarter. So think about that. Think about that. Think about that. Now, if you got great value in this session, please drop your comment. Let's know you got value. What I will do uh, in the next session would have next week, Friday, is I will cover practically how to make money in your business. We just cover that practically how you can make money in your business, how you can make money in your business. Since we know that money is in creating value, money is in exchange. So how do I make money in my business? We just talk about that only. How do I make money in my business? So that will be the topic for next week, Friday, the same time by 12 noon. If you know you got great value from what I shared this afternoon, please leave a comment, uh, like this video, comment, and also share the video so that other people can also get the value that we shared in this 1 hour. All right, God bless you. We'll see next week, Friday. Thank you.